Hey everybody, Joe here. Gonna check out a puzzle today by Olima, and I'll do the best with this title name. See how bad I butcher it. Augen beim enkauf. We'll go with that. The rules are normal Sudoku rules apply. That's 1 to 9 in every row, column, and 3 by 3. Dutch and German whispers. Adjacent digits on orange, green lines differ by at least 4 or 5. So Dutch is the orange ones differ by 4, and green lines are whisper differ by 5. In box 1 mostly. Rinbands are purple lines containing a set of distinct and consecutive digits in any order. So they are consecutive, but they don't have to be all in a row. They can be scrambled. Thermos, digits increase on a thermo from the bulb, so that one will be lower than the rest of them, etc. Parity, adjacent digits on a red line, the Y, differ in parity, which is odd even. Kropke pairs, black dots indicate digits in a 1 to 2 ratio, and white dots are consecutive. Not all dots are necessarily shown. So these ones in the corners have to be 1, 2, 4, 8 on the edges and 2, 4 in the middle. That's just the way it is. Because it either needs to be 8, 4, 2 or 4, 2, 1. Some kind of order like that. So it is going to make, well, okay. So we're going to instantly make a 2, 4 pair and a 1, 8 pair. That one will still be 1, 2, 4, 8. So this is kind of like and these here are a bit interesting as well, because since there are 5 of them, there must be a 5 here somewhere. So if you started from 1, for instance, then you would get to 5. If you started at 9 and go down, you would get to 5. So there will be a 5 somewhere in there. And we know, so we can't have 8 on here, because if we did, there would be no way to make, right, so that is going to be a 1. We couldn't have 8, 4 here, because then we wouldn't be able to get the 5 consecutive digits. So this is going to sort this side as well, and there's going to be a 2 and a 4 over here somewhere. And now 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this has to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or, oh no, yeah, so 3 must be in the middle, and this will be, whoops, that'll be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up along that L shape. So this is going to have a 4 on it, which can only be here. It's also going to have a 3, 5, 6, and 7. and this one is only going to be 3 or 5. Because it must be consecutive with 4. Okay. Now what? Now... One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. This run band is 6 digits long. It will also have a 5, a 4, 5, and a 6 on it. But the 5 will not be on the green line. Let's see. This can't be a 7, can it? No. It cannot be a 6 either. It has to start at one of the ends, and so will the other side. Okay, so now we have this is the only spot that can be a 7. And a 6 will go in this column, taking 6 out of here. So it gives us the order for this consecutive string. As well, it also puts an 8 in the middle column here, and a 6 over here, and what else does it give us? A 4 somewhere over here. If this was a 4, that could be a 2 or an 8. That is still good. There's a lot of black dots on this column. So something will end up repeating and just be flipped around. Maybe more than one thing, actually. If there was a 1, 2, a 2, 4, a 4, 8, a 3, 6, yeah, at least one will be duplicated and just be flipped around. Possibly more. This one cannot be 3, 6. if it was maybe we start thinking about no, maybe not yet. Not sure. Not sure what I was trying to think of there. I couldn't finish my thought. 8, 8, 8, 3. What goes here? Was 6. A 3 cannot. A 3 cannot go here. That's good. That's good news, huh? Okay. If this was 4, these would all be odd. These would be from 1, 2, 3. Guess that would be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, a 4, 5, and 6 all went here. Or here. This cannot be a 5 or a 6. Or a 7. No. Oh, these two could be. Oh, a 9. 5, 7, and 9. None of them can go here. Because they're on a black dot. In fact, none of them can go on any of these. 9 cannot go here either. 9 has 3 spots in the column. 5, 7, 9. A 5 cannot go on a green either. So 5. So the thing with the Dutch Whisper as well, like, could have a 5 on it. And if it does, then it would have to, unless it was on, well, it can't be on a corner. So if this does have a 5 on it, it needs to be next to a 1 and a 9. Now, so the 5 can't go here because the 1 would have to be up here because the 9 is there. And this cannot be a 9 because of this black dot. So 5 cannot go there, cannot go there, cannot go there. But a 5 could go on this side. This could be a 9. And this could be a 1. And then this would have to be a high number. Low, high, low. This could be a 1, 2, or a 4. Oh, that's another good point. Okay, maybe this middle digit then is what I need to look at. Because it cannot be a 4. It cannot be a 6. It cannot be a 1. It cannot be a 3. Maybe this is the right spot to look. So what can this be? It can be a 2. Cannot be a 4 because both these greens would have to be 9. Cannot be a 5 because then they would have to be a 0 or a 10. Cannot be 6 because they would both have to be a 1. It could be... I don't think it can be 7 either. If it was 7, these bottom two would have to be a 1 and a 2, and then you wouldn't be able to get 4 away up here, so that cannot be a 7 either. And if they were a 9, let's try a 2 instead. Six, 7, 8, 9. I guess that would be okay. Nine would have to go down here. If this was a 2, the 9 could only be there. The 7 would have to be here or here. It would need a 6 on it. Which cannot be here, so it would also have to be up here. The 8 would have to be there. This would have to be a 4. That's if that was a 2. And then the small numbers left, that would have to go, then there would only be a 4. That would not work then, so that middle number is a 9. It wouldn't work because 1 and 3 are over here already, and you wouldn't have 2 more small numbers to put here if 2 was in the middle. So this middle number is a 9. And now, we can use 5 though on the orange. No, we cannot. 5 can no longer be on the orange, because then it would put 1 on this middle row. So 5 can only be, oh, it can only be there. And now it must be in this. It can't be on here because there's a green, but it can be here. And then it will be in one of these two. Wow. Okay, so now 5 is in the middle row here. 9 is in one of these two. Maybe think more on, this has to be surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4 now. So a 2 goes in one of these. A 4 goes in one of these. Which is going to put a 9 in one of these. Which means that now we know what all the numbers that go on the pink line. And it must have a 5 on it, so the 5 must be here. It needs 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. . And this can only be an 8, because 7, 6, 5, 4 are already placed somewhere. The 4 must be on these corners with the 2, and 7, 6, 5 are all over here. So seven, 6, 4. So 7. Oh, plus 9 cannot go there. Because it's on a black dot. Oh, that's not gonna work. What have I done? Let me rethink this. Made an error somewhere. Okay. 9. Okay, so if that is true, 3 could go down here. Oh wait, no, it needs all 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 4 must be down here. And this has to be 1, 3. Six, 7, 8 is left, so this is the only spot for 8. And these will be 6, 7. And this will be 1, 2, 4. Oh, it'll be 1. So this will be 2. So this will be 4. So this will be 9. And this has to be 7, but that's wrong. Because 7 cannot be on a 1 to 2 ratio. Where did I mess up? We'll go back to the 9, I suppose. Let's go back to right here. So I'm pretty sure this was all correct. So again, this can't be 1, can be 2, can be 4, cannot be 5 because it's on a green. It can't be 6 because there's not enough digits to make 4 apart and 5 apart. Cannot be 7 because there's only 3 digits and I need 4. Cannot be 8. It can't be 4 either. So it is only 2 or 9. And I was saying if it was 2 there, this has to be 9. And I would have to use 6 and 7 as well. They would have to be up here. So 8 would have to be here. Because I would need all 4 of them. This would be 4. And then one of these middle ones would be 4, but they are not 4 away from 6 or 7.
So it cannot be 2. It must be 9. That still feels right. And now I need... And then 5 cannot be on the top or the bottom corners, because it can't be in this row. But if it was here, it would have to go next to a 1, and that's already in the row. So then it must be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is 2, 4, this is 2, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, and I think I'm going to run into the error again, as everything is the same so far. Oh, a middle number. No, a 5 cannot be on the middle. So yeah, a 5 would have had to go there. And this would be 6, 7, 8. So this could only be 8. And this would be 6 and 7. But then... And then this would have been, had to be a 1, which made that a 2, and not a 4. This is still on a green, and this would have to be 7 or 8, but 8 is already on the line. Why couldn't have 8 went... Oh yeah. Okay. So I made my mistake much earlier. Let me just restart then. So... anytime there are 3 black Kropke dots in a row, 2, 4 must be in the middle. And with 1, 2, 4, 8. 1, 2, 4, 8. 2, 4. So, I mean, I am instantly making a 2, 4 pair. I do think that is correct. And if I had an 8, 4 up here, there's no way I could make a string of 5 consecutive. So it cannot have an 8. So it must be 1, 2, 4. And now 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or why can't that be 9? Right, because I can't have 3 on here, because then 4 would have to be on there. So this must be 3. And this has to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in one way. So that has to be one end. That has to be one end. This has to be 8, 4, 2. There will be a 2, 4 here. I must have got the order mixed up though somehow. This has a 2 on it. 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll at least have 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, it doesn't have to have... I think I thought it had to have 7 on it last time too. But it could have a 1. and stop at 6. But it still does have 3, 4, 5, 6. Like it must have those numbers. It could have a 1 or a 7. So 4 still does go there. This still has to be 3 or 5. That is a 3, 5. Oh no, wait. Is it? No. It's not a combo. Okay, how did I even sort this out? How did I figure last time that this was the 5? I don't remember. 4 goes over there. Let me think about this now. Or wait, am I ready to think about that yet? I think, since all of this is the same, I think it just means I made an error here. The order, somehow. So, it goes that way. I feel like that has to be right. This will be with a 1. It'll be with a 1 because 7's already in the column. So this will be 5. This will be 6. 1, 3. 1 in the middle. 8 over here. A 3 over here. 9 in the middle, and 5, 6, or 7. What goes 5, 6, or 7 are left to place? This will be 5. 9 will be right here. This will be 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now maybe back to this middle digit here. So again, it can't be a 1, it can be a 2. It has to be a 2. Does 8 have... 8 doesn't have 4 digits it can play. Oh wait, yeah it does. So it has to be a 2, 8, or 9. That's all it can be. So let's try a 2 again. This would have to be the 8, 9. Oh, no it wouldn't. Oh, yeah, it would. Because 8, 9 couldn't go on the bottom. And it has to have all 4. It has to have 6, 7, 8, 9. Because the top 2 must differ by at least 4. Bottom 2 must differ by at least 9. And since 7, 8, and 9 are all down here, that means the only option would be a 6. here and a 6 here, and we can't have that. So this is not 2. But again, a 5 cannot go on these corners of the Dutch Whisper, because then the 1 would be here, it's already in the row. So, since that rules out 5, although we could have 1 up here, if it was 9, and we could have a 5 in the middle. Or well, we could have 1 up there, no matter what digit this was. Okay. If it was 8, it would have to use all of 1, 2, 3, and 4. This would be 2, 4. Still. This would be 1, 3. That's if this was 8. So these would not be able to be 5. That would be 5. So this would be 6. And these would be 7, 9. This would be a 1. I don't see anything broken with that. If it was 9, then we could play with 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. That one would have a lot more possibilities. This is 8 or 9 though. And it does mean that these two are low. So this is regardless a 1 and 3. Because 5 can't go up here. However, 5 could be on the middle row now. Although if it was, 5 would have to go right there, and only there. And then 5 would have to be down here, on this column, and it cannot be in any of those spots. So 5 cannot be on the middle. So 5 must be there. And now 5 will be there. 3 will be here. So now these are two high numbers, not 6. Six cannot be here either. So 6 must go up here. These will be from 7, 8, 9. And these will be 2, 4. And this will have to be 1 again. And 2 and 4. And since this is on green, that must be 9. And this must be 9. That is now 7, 8. And this has to be 8. now because it cannot be 7. So this is 7, this is 8. The 1 3 can be either way around because 3 is 4 away from 7 or 8. Eight must be paired with 4. Now this can only be 2. That 4 8 is a combo. This is gonna have a 9, so it's 9 8 7. 6 is gonna go on that line. 5 6 7 8 9. It also has a 4 on it. Six, 5 4. Yeah, so 4. Whoops, 4 has to go here then. And it must be with a 2 or 8. This is now only spot for 6. This is now only spot for 7. This has to be a 1 2 or 3. So it must be lower than 4. 4 got singled down to there. This is now 8. So this will be 7 or 9 to keep consecutive. That's now a 4. And these two are going to be odd to keep the parity, so this is even. So it must be a 2, which makes this a 1. The corners had to be odd because they're on the red line, the parity line. So this is going to be a 3 5. And this one cannot be a 5 because it's on a black crop key dot. So it is a 3, that is a 5. This is a 6. And now this cannot be a 1, it cannot be a 2, cannot be a 3, cannot be a 4, so it must be a 6. And now we get a 6 in the middle here from Sudoku. 6 is now going up the side. It's actually placed there. Which also places the 3. 1 2 3 4. This is a 5 or 7. So it is known the 5 is over there on the far left. This must now be a 9. And this will be a 1 5. 5 is there, 1 is there. And this is a 7. Nice. We have a 1 up here now in that column, a 3 in that column. So we know all of the ones at the bottom as well. Let's see if they're worked out. This one will be a 5 9, it looks like. Oh, I didn't see that 5 on the pink line there. This has to be odd. It is a 3. 1 5 7 9. Yeah. Which solves this Renban.
This only has one digit left, which is an 8. An 8. And what's left here is a 1, 2, and 7. This is the 7, this is the 1, because of the 1 above in this column. Which gives that a 2, that a 7. 2 must go here now from Sudoku. 1 will be with the 8, and that places the 9 here. This has a 5, and this is the 5, and an 8. And this row has a 3 and a 6. So they're like that. This has a 2 and a 4. Like that. This is a 7 and 9. Unknown. This is 1 and 3. Solves that one. This is a 5 and 7. This is a 8 and 9. And I think that will do it. That was a nice little puzzle by Olima. I'll try again. Augen off beim enkauf. And yeah, try it yourself in the link below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.